Let's move on, though, into this is a revisited topic, and the title has only changed slightly. Before, we asked who could the Browns take with the first overall pick, which Cleveland fans loved it, so we decided to do part 2 and revisit it a month before the draft. Who should, I'll just ask you straight up, who should or what should the Browns do with the first overall pick?
And we kind of touched on it a little bit with the Jets trade topic maybe 2 podcasts ago.
But this is full dedication to the Browns.
Exactly, because that was talking about the Jets because, you know, what has happened now is the Jets have effectively forced the Browns
to draft a quarterback.
Or at least to, you know, to say, it's the Jets kind of saying like, yeah, you guys are interested in maybe taking a quarterback at 4. I'm calling that bluff. I don't think you're going to do it. I think you're going to take a quarterback at number 1. You know, that's kind of what they're doing here. They're saying you have to take the quarterback because if you don't, if you think you're going to get your guy at 4, I don't think you will.
That's why, like, and I know this isn't the Browns, but you just put this into my head. That's why with the Jets, I don't know if you could legally do this in the NFL. If I was the Jets, I would have said to the Colts, hey, let's mutually agree on this. But let's not make the deal until the Browns make their pick.
Because you can't do something like that.
Because the thing that I hate about it is it's like you're showing your hand, basically, if you're the Jets.
But you look at the way the Jets did it with the way that the Bills did it.
Want the same guy.
The way that the Jets did it compared to the way the Browns or Bills, I keep saying the Browns, but we're talking about the Bills at this very second, is the Bills said, we're here. Draft day, we're trading up. The Jets said, screw it, we're trading up now. And it worked. That's the reason why you can't do that with the Colts. Not because you can't do it, but because if you have something in principle, all it takes for the Colts is to get a better offer.
True.
I mean, you know, and maybe that's not necessary. I mean, you know, that's kind of shady. It's not the most ethical type of thing to do, but
really, it's about winning games.
Exactly. It's a game about winning.
Here's the thing with the Browns. I just want to throw this out for you. I threw it out last week. But now that you're on the podcast, I want to throw it out. I am on this train 110%. Will it happen? No. But I'm on this train 110%. The Giants want 2 first overall picks for Odell Beckham, right?
They do.
At
least 2.
Here is what I offer if I am the Browns. I put this together last Tuesday because the Odell news came out and the news about the Giants wanting Sam Darnold. So if I am the Browns, here's what I do. I tell the Giants, I pick up my phone, I call the Giants. I say, okay, here's the deal. Here's the offer. I'm going to give you Sam Darnold with the first overall pick and next year's first round. I want Odell Beckham and your second. If you say no, I'm drafting Sam Darnold. And I put the ball in New York's court. And I basically say, how bad do you want him? How bad do you want Sam Darnold? Because if you're Cleveland, you don't even have to take Sam Darnold. You could just say, I'm taking Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
And get the Giants to panic. That is what I think Cleveland should do. Could you imagine, just by principle, not saying it's going to happen, but could you imagine them getting, because like the Browns want Josh Allen. The Giants want Sam Darnold.
Do the Browns want Josh Allen, though?
That's what the news is. Like the rumors are the Browns are sold on Josh Allen. Like he's their guy. The rumors are for the Giants that they want Sam Darnold. So if I'm the Browns, why don't I try using that to leverage the Giants into making a deal because they want their guy?
But here's the problem with that all. The Jets, they're you just said in the last one, they're hosting a private workout again with Josh Allen. Jets are going to pick before you then. If you make that trade, well, unless you're swapping picks, 1 and 2.
So what you're saying is, here's the trade. I call and I say, you're the Giants, I'm the Browns.
Yep.
I say, here's the offer. You're going to get the first overall pick, which you can take Sam Darnold because we hear you like him, and you'll get our first rounder next year. What I want from you is Odell Beckham and your second overall pick.
what I'm doing if I'm the Giants in that case is I'm saying, do it. Draft him then.
But before you say that, well, you're assuming that before you say that, I say, but if you say no, I'm drafting Sam Darnold.
To which I would say, do it. If you want him, then draft him.
See, and that's the thing of
I'm gonna call the Browns bluff on that.
Like you would call the bluff.
Yeah.
But New York and what they're thinking to me, and like the Browns, you could say, or else we'll draft them.
And you don't
then
have to
by
draft
day, you don't have to fucking draft them.
But the thing to me is,
you could just then take whoever you want.
Sure.
All right, they didn't call our bluff. Take who we want.
Well, no, they did call your bluff in that case.
Well, no, I'm saying like, all right, they didn't fall for it.
Yeah.
Take whoever
exactly.
we want.
They didn't fall for the bluff, or they did call your bluff. They didn't fall for the bluff.
Yeah.
Now, for me, the reason I tell them, then do it, is because
you can get Josh Allen at 10.
Everybody's saying, not everybody, but you said where there's this new talk, these new rumors of they want Josh Allen. If that's the case, then sure, do it. But if I'm New York, I'm saying Josh Allen's not bad.
Yeah.
I could take Josh Allen. I could take Josh Rosen. I could take Baker Mayfield. I'm sure it's not everybody. I'm sure there's some of these guys they don't like, but I'm sure they have a guy who's that second, like, if we don't get this one, we could have this guy sit under Eli Manning.
The thing that it's playing at is how much do you how much do you love him?
Yeah.
And I think that and then thinking about if the trade went through, could you imagine the Browns with Odell Beckham, like Odell and Jarvis Landry, who are friends, so that could get the whole Odell on the page thing that New York, that people say like, oh, he's a distraction. You got the best friends on one team.
Sure.
You got Carlos Hyde in the backfield now. You get your quarterback of the future. You have Tyrod Taylor. You have the defense there because you can still do for what you want. That is something that I am all in on, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Here's the thing I want to put out there. People talk about, and you're one of them, about how the Bears got fleeced by the 49ers.
Yeah.
I think this would be a bigger fleecing than that.
Like the Giants would be fleeced.
The Giants would be absolutely fleeced because they didn't want that quarterback anyways. People are going to make that assumption. And you just lost Odell Beckham Jr.
Absolutely. I would agree with that.
If I'm the Giants...
You would be off the hook of my fleece comments.
If I'm the Giants, I'm saying, if you want to do it, then we want 4. I don't want next year's first round. I want 4.
4 years?
No, I want 1 and I want 4.
Oh, okay.
Give me pick number 1. Give me pick number 4. You can have Odell. And if I just want to play this game because it's fun. Browns fans, I don't really believe it, but
because then you don't get a quarterback.
If I'm the Browns, no, I'm saying, all right, then give us Eli.
Ooh.
I will give you number 1 and number 4, and then like a third or something.
For
I don't
Odell
give a shit.
and Eli.
For Odell and Eli. Why not? You can and then you can draft a guy in the third or whatever to sit and learn behind Eli, and you have Odell. You can actually win some games, at least one more than last year. And then, is it going to happen? No, there's no way in hell that's going to happen.
Now,
but it would be fun. I would love it if I was playing Madden. I could make it happen.
Browns fans, I'm looking at you now. Browns fans,
do you want it?
Don't get mad at me for this.
Would you like Eli?
Hypothetically. What if Lamar Jackson falls? Now, this would be a preempt. All right, I got it. What about this? The Browns say, okay, you give us Odell, you get the 1 and the 4. Everyone's panicking. Cleveland's setting itself on fire. Why did we give up the 1 and the 4? We don't need Odell for that. And then what they do, because we talked about the Patriots, what if they don't really want Lamar Jackson? They're not going to trade up. And the Browns go, all right, so-and-so team late in the draft. We'll give you our second rounder, so the 35th overall. We'll give you a third rounder and maybe a future pick. Trade into the first, get Lamar Jackson. They get Odell, Lamar Jackson. Well, everything's okay.
If you think about it this way,
everything would then be okay.
Let's say the Browns, somehow the drastic impossible scenario happens where they lose both these picks, or they don't lose both these picks.
They're not going to, I think, but we're diving down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, let's say that they don't even do that. Let's say that they draft Saquon Barkley number 1 overall, and then the Giants and the Jets take quarterbacks, and all of a sudden the Browns are like, damn, we really didn't see that coming. So they do whatever.
Which I don't know why. Like,
or even the flip side, they traded the 4th for something. Who knows what? It doesn't matter. Just what I'm saying is that only 2 of those quarterbacks, the Giants and the Jets, take the quarterback. Well, then it becomes a situation where these guys start to fall. Do the Denver Broncos take one? And if they do, which one is it? Because if Josh Rosen is the guy they like, but Josh Rosen gets drafted by, the Jets, well, then maybe the Broncos don't take it. What I'm just saying with that is, you talk about Lamar Jackson, well, that starts pushing some of these guys back. Maybe Baker Mayfield falls to Arizona. And now Arizona's not reaching for Lamar Jackson. Maybe same thing for the Bills. Maybe they can get a Rosen because he fell. If the Browns don't take a quarterback, and then there's the potential of somebody like the Broncos not doing it. Because the Broncos are one of those ones where they claim Case Keenum is their quarterback.
They do. And that's the one thing where
it's do you believe him or not?
I don't.
I don't really either. Because, everybody thought that Mike Glennon was going to be the quarterback for Chicago.
I'm going to be completely honest. I am going to play spoiler here. For mine, at least. For my last mock draft and then my full mock draft, because the first round will stay the same. Probably a lot of changes in a week are not going to happen. I will, for the sake of the mock draft, I'm going to keep the Broncos at their word. That Case Keenum's their guy. So that means, not going to tell you who it is, but they're not taking a quarterback at 5 in my mock draft. There's your spoiler.
Yeah.
But who will they take? Let me know down below who you want them to take.
If somehow only in the top 5, only 2 quarterbacks go, that changes everything. To where, in that case, if the Browns didn't take a quarterback,
I got 3.
Lamar Jackson 100% will be there.
Here's the thing with the Browns. To reel it in to where they'll keep the picks now. Not talking trades anymore. Yep. The thing I believe about the Browns, if you were going to make a pick with number 1, because you brought up if they pick Saquon, and for the last few mock drafts, both you and I, Saquon number 1, Saquon number 1, Saquon number 1. But the reason why I'm changing that opinion is once the rumor was that the Jets like the Browns like Josh Allen, my thought is, if you love a guy, take him. If you love a guy,
you have to.
Take him. Why pass on him? So for me, I'm seeing Browns take a quarterback at 1, Giants, Allen at 1, Darnold then at 2, Jets take whatever quarterback you want to go 3rd off the board. For everyone, it's different. And then you get back to the Browns. The true question for the Browns draft is not what they do at 1. It's what they do at 4. Because at 4, do you take Minka? Do you take Denzel Ward? Do you take Quentin Nelson? Do you take Saquon Barkley? There's any of those 4 guys.
Yeah.
Do you take Bradley Chubb and have a 2-headed monster of Myles Garrett and Bradley Chubb, who some are saying could be better than Myles Garrett? You could do that as well. What do you do at 4 if you're the Browns if you get your quarterback at 1?
Yeah, I mean, the Jets forced it. They have to take a quarterback now, whichever one it is. I don't agree on the Josh Allen one. I'm sorry to Browns fans or fans of Josh Allen. If the Browns take Josh Allen number 1 overall, I'm laughing. Because he's not ready. And the guys in front of him...
Tyrod, and they have him on a 3
The guys in front of him, I don't think are really going to be good enough to keep the rookie at bay. Cleveland really wants to have a quarterback. That young quarterback. They want him out there.
The future.
So, at number 4...
They want to end the jersey.
That's why I think Sam Darnold... There you go. Because I know I say Josh Rosen is the more pro-ready day 1, but Darnold's not that far off.
True.
Now, number 4... There's a good chance Saquon is there. Bradley Chubb is going to be there. Those really are my 1 and my 2.
You said Bradley Chubb and Saquon?
Yep. Now, I know Minka Fitzpatrick would be amazing. there. I would love to have, because he's just one of those guys where he's going to dominate. I have no doubts about him. People love Denzel Ward, but it's a little too high for him. Quentin Nelson, that would be a great one too, but I don't, you had a tackle retire, not a guard. In that case, and what I'm viewing, Chubb is not a necessary pick. It is a true BPA kind of pick. Saquon Barkley, I mean, that's a guy who 1-2 punch with your new young quarterback. Give him a very solid weapon. I wish you had stronger wide receivers to really make it happen, but that's dangerous right there. You could have, the Zeke Elliott and Dak Prescott, whether you like those guys or not. Yeah. You can't deny that they do well together in Dallas.
Here's what I'm thinking, and it's going to shock you.
All right.
I think Denzel, if you get Josh Allen or Darnold, if you get your quarterback at 1, for me it's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Denzel Ward's your pick at 4. The reason why, Quentin Nelson, you hit the nail on the head. You don't need a guard, you need a tackle. When it comes to Minkah Fitzpatrick, to me, he's not a cornerback. He's going to be a safety. You just traded for Demarius Randall. You have Jabril Peppers. Your safeties are fine. You do not need a safety.
Jabril's okay.
Jabril's your future at safety. You don't. The worst thing to do there.
You could move Jabril to linebacker.
You could, but right now I'm going to keep him at safety because they do have Jamie Collins. They do have. Well, I mean, they could move Jabril to the other side because they do have Kirksley on that side. But I'm looking at Jabril and keeping him at safety right now. Saquon is nice, but I have 2 picks early in the second. I could take Geis or Perry. And yes, it's not Saquon. I'm not saying they're the same as Saquon, but I can still get a running back that I need. Like Geis to me could be a guy that can develop into the future number 1 running back for a team. Might not do it day 1 like Saquon, but he can do that. The thing I am looking at is I really don't need, I love the pass rush, but I got Myles Garrett. I drafted Emmanuel Ogbah also, so I'm good there as well. We also got Carl Nassib for that. I am going with a corner. I need somebody to be in that. Yeah, we got like Taylor. You've got EJ Gaines. You've got Buddy Calhoun. None of these names are speaking someone to me. I need somebody to anchor this core.
It's really coming down to the philosophy of, do you go for best player available or do you go for need?
You go for need.
If you want need,
I go for need, and I'm going Denzel Ward.
The thing that I always come back to, of course, with going need versus going BPA is the fact that the best teams out there, they draft BPA. They draft the best player that's out there. Now, they have the advantage of being better teams. They have more players. But honestly, the Browns are not as bad of a team as their record the last 2 years have made it seem.
They've made moves this offseason to be a better team on paper, at least.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen this new team play.
Now, their coach needs to step it up this year.
Exactly. Like, you've got the guy. Like, you're going to have Josh Gordon back for sure. You got Jarvis Landry. Tyrod Taylor's a competent NFL starter.
I like Tyrod, yeah.
But for me, I look at it and I just go, I look what's available. Nelson, you don't need. Bradley Chubb, you don't need. Minkah Fitzpatrick, you don't need. Saquon, you don't need. Go with the need. Go with Denzel, because I think that to me, the space between cornerbacks and Denzel in the second is a bigger gap than Saquon and Geis long term.
I disagree with that.
Like, Saquon's he's gonna come in, roll heads right away.
Yeah.
But am I going to bank on that and then have a cornerback squad?
Your running back has a very short lifespan in the NFL.
So why waste the top 5 pick?
Unless it is one of these top guys. These top guys, your top 5 running backs are the guys who last forever. I'll even give you your top 10 are guys who last a long time. It's those other guys that are the ones who fizzle out after 3 years. Those are the guys that are closer to the league average. Now, I don't think you need Bradley Chubb, but damn, would it be great?
It'd be amazing.
I mean, that pass rush can do amazing things for you.
Bradley Chubb.
It depends on a question of, do you want to be Saxonville? Do you want to be them?
They also had a top 10 running back, top 5. Did Fournette go?
Yeah, I think he was top 5, yeah. Or do you want to be, this isn't a complete comparison because they were a complete defense, for sure. Do you want to go with more of the, we have shut down corners of Seattle of old?
He was 4th, so he was top 5.
You know, it's the question on that case. Do you want to shut down wide receivers? Do you want to not even let the quarterback throw the ball? For me, I think I lean towards Chubb. If I'm going off of this, because I don't want to be the team, and you can't really look at it this way, I know, but I don't want to be the team that passed on Saquon Barkley and Bradley Chubb. 2 guys who are supposed to be sure things for Denzel Ward.
Here's the thing with Saquon that I want to bring up is...
And by the way, there are some people that don't even think that Denzel Ward is the top corner.
Yeah, I do. For me, he's the top corner unless you're putting Minka as a corner, but to me, Minka's more of the safety, kind of the hybrid between the two. Here's the question that I have, and this is for the Browns.
Yeah.
When it comes to just Saquon at number 4, is do you want... And it only works for me for 2018 because I was going back to see if it works. And take injury out of it because I know that the second person I'm going to mention got injured. Is who do you want? Would you rather spend your pick and get a Leonard Fournette, top 4 running back? Same spot too, number 4.
Yeah.
Or a Dalvin Cook. We're high on Dalvin Cook. He showed really flashes, second round value. That's what I think that the Browns can get.
Now, let's be fair.
While going with a different position.
Minnesota Vikings team is much better team than the Cleveland Browns are.
I know. But I'm saying, there's a little half of it of Dalvin Cook had to show up and show that he's deserving
It's a lot
of the hype
easier to do it there than it's going to be in Cleveland.
I get that. But I'm looking at it as a fact of... I'm looking at the fact of Darius Geis. He's the one I'm looking at. Oh, yeah. He's the one that can do it.
I'm a Chicago Bears fan. Look at, at Howard. I don't care about Cohen. Look at Howard. There's a good running back that was taken not in the first round who was done way better than people, except for you. You loved him from the start. Expected him to do. You loved Howard from the start.
I didn't like Howard last year because I drafted him in fantasy and he did diddly poo until I traded him.
Well, that's your fault.
But it's okay.
But you liked him coming out of the draft.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I got Leonard Fournette in that trade from Sean.
There you go.
Worked out.
Sean, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
Hey, both of us made the playoffs.
Yeah, sure. Okay. It's just one of those things where I don't necessarily think that the gap between number 1 running back to number 2 running back is as small as people want to say it is. I honestly think that the corner gap is shorter.
Well, and here's
my second quarterback, our second corner that I'm feeling right now, Josh Jackson out of Iowa. The man's is a wide receiver playing corner.
You make a good point.
I would love him. I mean, he's not going to be there in the second round, but I'm just saying the gap is smaller.
Brandon and I talked about that too when we brought up Denzel on the big board. The thing I love about Josh Jackson, he's a ball hawk. He's a ball hawk. Just give me a guy who can intercept it, but you're not taking Josh Jackson number 4.
You know what I hate to put it this way too, because I don't want to insult the AFC North.
Yeah.
But I'm not that concerned about a lot of these guys I'm going to face. The Steelers are the only ones that I'm really concerned about.
Well, they're facing Le'Veon problems. The Bengals are falling off. The Ravens are kind of fringe.
And I know that they made some moves, but they're still hoping to one day have
Ravens
those
need to get some tight ends and wide receivers. That's what they need to do.
It's just one of those things where I'm not that worried about these cornerbacks right now.
The thing that is also, and this plays into what they do at number 1 and what they do at number 4 for the Browns. I was going through the full mock draft that I'm going to release in 2 weeks, and you've got two of the top 4 picks in the draft. In the second round, you have 2 of the top 3 in the round. You have also the very last pick of the second round, followed by the very first pick of the third round. Then you go basically back to normal. You have picks in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. But in those first 3 rounds, you have 6 picks in the first 3 rounds, 5 of which are in the first 2. So it's not like, oh my God, we got to take this guy at 4 because we really need it. No. You got to map this thing out because maybe you can get a bargain in the second. The Browns, to me, have to be the ultimate bargain shoppers when it comes to the draft.
Sure. because they got holes to fill. But the other thing too is we talked about Jackson. You know, let's say he's not the second corner that comes off the board. Let's see he's a guy who falls 25 or below.
You can then trade up to get him.
Yeah, trade up and get him if you did. If you took Saquon, if you took Chubb, you know, trade up and go get him. Why not?
It's going to be very like it's the fourth. It's going to take some predicting to do. But this is where I want to turn on to you guys. Let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Who the Browns should take with the first overall pick and even the fourth, even the whole draft plan for the Browns, what it should be.